Hi, I'm Chess Kane, Amsoil Direct Jobber, and I wanted to do a video today about some of the lesser known Amsoil products that still pack a punch when it comes to value or low cost per use. And coming up with this video idea, I wanted to segue to this AMC Rambler. Same thing. Back in the days, 60 through 64, AMC with the compacts, they had conquered and already solved the problem of economy and efficiency of that time. What they did with this Rambler was they worked with Borg Warner and added what they call this E-stick. So this car, whether it had the 6 or the 8, you could get the Borg Warner manual transmission. I think it was a 4-speed, and then you could get the overdrive. Actually, this is a 3-speed, but you could get the electric overdrive, which could get that car up to 24 miles per gallon. And in one of the car clubs I'm in, I had a good discussion with somebody who started working there in 1957 in the quality control department, and they had started working with customers and taking feedback back to the plant and solving significant body and drivetrain issues. And what they were heading towards was, by say 1975, they planned on being what Toyota ended up being in the 80s. What happened was, unfortunately, in 1965, they got a new CEO, and he wanted to scrap the economy car lines and just go all out towards the big three, go after the big three on larger cars, luxury, and power. So that ended this, and it took the industry, obviously, another 25 to 30 years to get back started. The engine, incidentally, in here is the same one, the infallible straight 6, which I've got my Eagle back here. That's the longest running engine production of any single engine, with various degrees, from I believe it was 1957 all the way to 2008. So now I segue to the Amsoil products. This was a niche of its time that was frequently overlooked. They did have good production numbers, but just like we're going to talk here. Here's a couple of Amsoil products now that do get overlooked, but it's worth your time to check them out. Alright, now we're going to go to some of our value products, or products that have more than one use. And I wanted to start right here with the original synthetic. This one came out in 1972. It's the one that the namesake, the trademark from Amsoil, the first in synthetics, was derived with. That's the high zinc formula 10W40 and high zinc 20W50. Of course, these products have been improved over the years as technology allows, but the main issue, or the main aspects of these products have been kept the same, and that is their design for those older vehicles as well as newer vehicles. So they've kept the focus on the old, but it still is updated beyond today's technology. So what that means is this product, both of these two viscosities that you see here, are great for motorcycles, they're great for diesels, and they're great for gasoline engines. So if we look in the back, that's probably easier to see. You can see the specifications that it meets. The product code, if you want to look it up online, is AMO. That's Alpha Mike October. So here we got CI4 Plus for the diesel, meets Jazzo MA, so it's got the wet clutch compatibility, and SL, SJ, and SH on API. So these products are what typically I'll sell to our car clubs that have cars that want to use 1040. We have a 1030 version too. We'll cover that some other time. But the motorcycle aspect, I'll actually get some motorcycle shops to use this product as their bulk oil. They want to use an Amsoil synthetic, and it's perfect for that. Now, I brought these two along just so we could discuss that. We're known especially for our motorcycle oils, and these two products here, the V-twin oil and the famous 1040, those are the best the industry has for new motorcycles, people who ride for high performance purposes. They love to keep the RPMs revved, extreme heat protection, just about everything you're looking for in motorcycle oil, it's always going to be here. So to sum it up, if you're not pushing the bike to its maximum potential all the time, you're not racing, that sort of thing, just use these two oils and save yourself some money. But they are still, for most uses, overkill, because we're talking about an original Amsoil product, 100% synthetic. It can stand up to just about anything. So they're very close, but just giving you another choice there on your motorcycle oil choices. Now the next value-oriented product, everybody knows about our Signature Series, but we do get a lot of customers who will stop using Amsoil because they're not driving their car so much, and that other oil is a 25,000 mile oil. So they'll question, why am I using that product if I'm not driving that often? A lot of people didn't know we have the XL. This is a 10,000 mile oil, and it's actually designed to go the longest interval that the manufacturer allows. And there's some manufacturers today on the oil life monitor, you can actually get up to 14,000 miles. So this will cover you for that, whatever the maximum. Look at your owner's manual and go with the maximum there. Otherwise, it's 10,000 miles or 6 months guaranteed if you don't have that information from the manufacturer. But a lot of our customers drive about 8,000 a year. So this is the oil. It actually has the same basic performance attributes that this one does. People see better mileage. They notice it runs smoother. I had a guy with a van. His wife got in the van. She said, "What'd you do to the motor? It feels like you got a brand new motor in this thing." And that was this oil right here. We also had another customer who switched to the XL. They had a Jeep Cherokee. They had engine leaks somewhere. I imagine it was the pan, but I can't remember quite what area it was. But they switched to this, and this does have seal swellers or seal conditioners that solve that issue. So I said, "Have you checked your dipstick lately? How's it doing?" They said, "Yeah, it's fine. It's not even leaking now since they switched to this oil." 0W20. Of course, we got the 520, which is a big seller today, 530, and 1030. There is a 1040, but I don't stock it because we have the one I just showed you there. Now let's go over to another overlooked product. This one kind of is two products. We've got, it's this original 1030 SAE 30 diesel. It's a CI4 based oil. So it's for 2006 and earlier diesels. But one thing that makes this product handier than others is that it's great for gasoline and diesel engines, turbo diesel or not. So we're talking about small engines. SAE 30 covers that. Lawnmowers, skid steers, generators, just about everything out there. This oil was designed for that. And if you don't have a turbo diesel and you're not buying it by the gallon, we have the commercial grade. Let's run over this part of the store here. I've got a stack of cases over here, but it might be too dark. This is the Formula 4-stroke commercial grade oil, and they just added a new 40 weight oil to the line. Here, I'll just put it up here. You should be able to see better here. Anyway, the Formula 4-stroke, a lot of people call it the skid steer oil. I've got a lot of customers who use it for those, and they've already noticed that the engine runs smoother, and they know how much work they do on a tank of gas, and they're not filling it up as often. And I'll add, we've had customers with generators that run food trucks. I've had 2 of these testimonials now where they've sworn that they're getting an extra hour of fuel. And check this out. There's a brochure now, and we show the results of this oil. If you could see the picture right here, this is 125 hours running Honda's 4-stroke oil on a this is a skid steer or a zero-turn mower, and this is the same time using the Amsoil Formula 4-stroke. And you can see quite a difference here between the two oils. If there was a cleanliness scale of 1 to 10, 10 being brand new, this would be about a 9, and this would be about a 3. So oils are not all the same today. An Amsoil synthetic base stock is going to not only decrease deposits but increase the fuel efficiency significantly. So let's get another product over here. Amsoil Power Foam is also another product that's overlooked. We get this one. I mostly sell to customers who they know the Amsoil line well. They've been around Amsoil a long time, so they've used this years back and they depend on it year after year after year. It's great on fuel injected cars. If you have a carbureted car, or of course all your small engines, 2 and 4 stroke, mowers, snow blowers, anything that runs at a constant RPM, this is a product that you really want to have. You run this through the carburetor and it cleans the intake. Of course you get the engine really hot. It has this foam that expands and it reaches places that fuel injector cleaners can't. So it wraps itself around the valves, the quench area, spark plug, the rings, the piston area, and it's designed to dissolve the carbon during combustion. And the end result of this product is noticeable increases in throttle response. Now, I raced a 99 Miata at a place in Texas for a while, and going through several tanks of gas, you'd notice the throttle response was not as responsive. After running this through, I could tell the difference. And I've had numerous other customers with even larger cars, say a 79 Lincoln Continental and 73 Ford Broncos and things like that. They'll run this through and they use it to depend on regaining that performance that they've lost over time. But small engines, you see it more drastically right away. Do this before an oil change because probably would get past the rings. So it is a maintenance product. It's a cleanup product. And if you go on YouTube and look for other videos, you'll see a lot of people using this one. So again, should be in everybody's garage. Okay, the next product, we'll do 2 more. Okay, here's the next product, the MP Metal Protector Spray. And this product is another one of those products that customers have been around Amsoil a long time. They swear by it, and they've got one in their workroom. They keep one in their car, and maybe one at work, their workplace. It frees up everything. It's kind of like, imagine a WD-40 if you sprayed it year after year after year, but you didn't have a varnish left over. This doesn't leave a film, but it loosens things up. It's great on rollers, door hinges, key locks, frozen bolts, anything that you need to loosen up. People use it as a cleaning agent sometimes too, and just like it says here, it disperses moisture, and it sure does. I've used it on electrical contacts. I've even used it on circuit boards, with like a nylon brush to clean them up. So it's a true penetrant. It does more than what a WD-40. Oh, I use it to clean motorcycle chains too. I actually use that as the cleaning agent to loosen up some of the dirt. I know there's probably better products for that, but I'm just saying that this is a good universal product. Check it out online, read more about that. And then the last one I'll talk about is this Coolant Boost. I think I've covered it before, but it's such a great dynamic product. Be sure to read up on it. There's so much technology in this one product. But the main attribute that I want to cover right now, I'll let you read about the rest, is its ability to boost the anti-corrosiveness of your coolant system. And if you bought a used car that you don't know the history, no matter what the mileage is, it could be in acidic state. And rather than take the chance, do it yourself, drain it out on the driveway and get the fine for pouring antifreeze down the drain, which you should never do, just add this and boost that anti-corrosive property of the existing fluid just to get you by enough to where you can have it professionally flushed. So, but read about this product, warm up times, and it drops temperatures and solves other problems too. I can't see having a car with a radiator and not running this at all. I think the only cars that I would not recommend this to, of course, are air-cooled cars. So that pretty much wraps up our discussion today. I hope you learned something. If you got any questions, drop us a line, or you can leave them below the video. And thanks again for subscribing to our YouTube page.